So here's the deal. I had this whole thing written about good strategies for Pokemon Go, but then I went on vacation and literally a day later patch 0.31 came out and rendered the majority of it out of date. I've still been playing though, and while there are changes I hate, the previous 3-step solution was better than the current no-step random ordering one, the game's still playable. So here are some useful tips that will hopefully make your 0.31 experience more enjoyable. Use a Google account to play, at least for now. Google's servers are much more stable than the Pokemon Trainer Club servers, which are down way more often. Ask your friends who are already playing what team they're on and consider choosing that team. It won't make or break the game, but playing together is much more fun. Besides, the team you pick really doesn't matter aside from the fact that you're objectively wrong for choosing Instinct. Most everyone knows this by now, but you can choose which of Eevee's evolutions it turns into by renaming Eevee with the name of the evolution you want. Rainer for Vaporeon, Sparky for Jolteon, and Pyro for Flareon. If you're going to spend money on the game, use it on incubators for your eggs. You can incubate 9 eggs at a time, and eggs give you more Pokemon candy than normal catches, more experience, hatched Pokemon generally have a higher individual value than wild ones, more on that later, and the larger eggs contain rare Pokemon like Dratini, Snorlax, and Lapras. Each incubator lets you hatch 3 eggs before it's destroyed, but you're given 1 indestructible incubator so you can always be hatching. That indestructible incubator should be used for 2-kilometer eggs, while normal incubators should be used for 5-kilometer and 10-kilometer eggs. This is because you'll be hatching more 2-kilometer eggs consistently, so to get the most mileage out of normal incubators, you should use them on eggs that require more time to hatch. If you're on Android, use battery saver mode, which you enable by turning it on in your settings, then tilting the phone upside down while playing. This causes the screen to go dark and puts the app in low power mode, which is really helpful because this game can easily deplete your battery in no time. To see the app again, just tilt the phone upright. I found that egg tracking won't work when your phone's locked, but it will work when battery saver mode is activated. At least that's how it works with my Nexus 5 Android phone. Might work differently with others. Also, if you're having battery life issues, try dimming your screen. This also helps prevent screen burn-in and overheating. Us Android users also have a phone-wide battery saver mode which helps extend the battery life considerably. But remember that vibration notifications are disabled when it's on, so you won't be alerted to nearby Pokemon that way. Don't play Pokemon Go while driving your car, but I've hatched a lot of Pokemon by plugging my phone into my car charger, turning on Pokemon Go, and putting the phone upside down in a cup holder with sound and vibration notifications disabled while driving to and from work. That way you're not distracted by it, but you're still progressing. If you're on Android, you can also use a setting called Stay Awake in developer options that makes it so your phone never goes to sleep as long as you're charging it. Now, this trick won't work all the time. The way the game counts your travel is still a bit of a mystery and being updated constantly. But we do know that it doesn't track your steps like most jogging apps, and it won't track travel faster than around 30 miles an hour. That being said, if you're like me and you spend way too long sitting in traffic, the constant starting and stopping will definitely count toward your eggs. Pidgeepile. Whenever you see Pidgeys, nab them. When you've got a whole lot of them, evolve as many as you can into Pidgeotos. Pidgeotos? Anyway. Doing this with a Lucky Egg enabled will easily get you a few levels by the time the Lucky Egg runs out if you're under level 20. This is because Pidgeys cost very little to evolve to Pidgeotto, just 12 candies, and evolving, regardless of whether you've evolved that Pokemon before, gives you 500 XP. With a Lucky Egg enabled, that's 1000 XP. Note that this can also be done with Weedles and Caterpies too, but if you're like me, you're practically swimming in Pidgeys. Use the site pidgeycalc.com to help crunch the numbers on how many Pidgeys you should sell before hitting your Lucky Egg, how long it'll take to evolve all your Pidgeys, when you should decide to activate your Lucky Egg, and how much experience you'll get after you're done. The site also allows you to do the same calculations for all other Pokemon, as well as add all your planned evolves into one big batch action. Keep an eye out for nests. If you're seeing a place that's spitting out multiple rare Pokemon, or just more Pokemon than usual, you may have found a nest. Info about how nests work is still hard to come by, but definitely mark that spot on your map for future reference. Nests seem to ebb and flow as well as move to different places altogether, but knowing where these nests are happening definitely won't hurt. Know which Pokemon can help you and which are a waste of Pokeballs. If you spend 20 Pokeballs trying to catch a high CP Kakuna, you might not have enough when Zapdos shows up. Sure, the Kakuna can help you if you don't have it yet, want to evolve it, need the Weedle candies, or don't care about money and have more Pokecoins than Scrooge McPsyduck, but if any of those things don't apply to you, don't catch it. When capturing wild Pokemon, wait for the Pokemon to attack first. This will give you an idea of how long its attack animation lasts. Then wait for it to attack one more time and throw your Pokeball as its animation is ending, so your ball hits just as the Pokemon goes idle. This increases your chances to get a successful hit and avoid the annoying Pokeball denials Pokemon love to do. As of 0.31, don't go for curveballs unless you've practiced them a good amount. The new curveballs curve like balls, and bonus throws are much trickier. Plus, bonus throws don't give XP anymore. It's best if you try a simple lob throw using the previous tip to maximize the Pokeballs you use per encounter. That way you're not wasting your balls, and if you do the lob throw so that the ball comes straight down onto the Pokemon, you can still hit it if it decides to jump randomly. When you spin a Pokestop, instead of popping or swiping the items that come out, you can just hit the X button at the bottom of the screen to automatically grab all the items immediately. The Sylph Road subreddit is very handy for staying on top of the latest Pogo tips and tricks. They're helpful, and some even go out of their way to create apps to make other players' lives easier. Plus, there's a lot of stuff in Pogo that's still nebulous, but the Sylph Road is doing a good job researching the game and providing analysis and theories. Plus, their site, thesylphroad.com/research, is a great resource to have in your bookmarks. Learn about individual values and figure out if you care about them or not. IVs are a set of 3 stats, attack, defense, and stamina, that are unique to each individual Pokemon. These stats range from 0 to 15 and can increase the effectiveness of your Pokemon by 10%. It's not a lot, but some people like min-maxing, and I can see this becoming an even bigger thing when trading gets implemented. If this seems like something you're into, cool. The Sylph Road site has a great calculator for figuring out what your Pokemon's IVs are. Plus, there's a fantastic app for Android called IV Checker for Pokemon Go that overlays the info you need to find out your Pokemon's IVs without having to use your account info. If IVs aren't interesting to you, that's also cool. It's just a 10% difference at the most anyway. Personally, I care about IVs for the stronger Pokemon in the game, but I'm also on the lookout for any Pokemon with perfect IVs, as those might be useful for future trades, or if Niantic makes any further changes to Pokemon movesets or stats. IVs persist through evolution, so if you get a perfect 15-15-15 EV, you can evolve it into a perfect Vaporeon, Flareon, or Jolteon. Also, a Pokemon's IVs are the same for everyone when encountered in the wild. If you find a 100% Snorlax and your friend captures the same one, they'll also have that 100% Snorlax. Learn what the best moves are for the Pokemon you want to invest Stardust into. IV numbers are cool and all, but what will really help your Pokemon in a fight is its moveset. Each Pokemon has 2 basic moves, a basic attack and a charge attack. It used to be the basic attacks were your Pokemon's bread and butter, but after the 0.31 update, combat has been retooled considerably. Now, charge attacks play a much bigger role because they hit much harder, and sometimes low damage fast basic attacks are better because they build up your charge meter faster so you can do more charge attacks. Professor Kukui on the Sylph Road subreddit compiled an extensive list of all Pokemon's basic and charge attacks to figure out how Pokemon stacked up against each other post-patch. It's also good to know that each Pokemon's moves are randomized when they evolve. So if you have a Bulbasaur with the Power Whip basic attack, that doesn't mean it'll evolve into a Venusaur with Power Whip. Do some research on which Pokemon you'd like to have on your team. There are some great graphics by Reddit user Ornery Raw that has rankings for Pokemon that excel in offense or defense, which should help you out. You can power up some Pokemon for a gym-busting team that excels in high DPS, or you can craft a team with the best stamina and defense that you put into gyms to make it harder to take them down. You can also raise a Diglett to the highest CP level and put it in gyms because that's amazing. It's really up to you, but knowing who you want to play with will really help you save Stardust for when you need it. I've got more to say about all this stuff, but I'll save it. And yes, I'm hard at work on another Everything Wrong With video. It's taking longer to make than the others because this one is enormous. It'll be worth it though. And thanks to everyone supporting me on Patreon. It's really cool to know that you all like my work. Alright, until next time.